Sitaram, Vidya and Simon G, Sitaram, Uncle Harold, Sitaram, Benji, Shirley, Sitaram, Lakshmi G and Harish G, Sitaram, Robin Beta, Sitaram, Leslie and Maya, Sitaram, Jai Shri Krishna, and my brother Dale, Sitaram. As we know, today is a special day, and the best analogy to give is that, let us say, if it's on your birthday, you have a birthday cake. If it's on Diwali, you have nice light and mithai being prepared, very relevant to that occasion. But today, it's a very special occasion. It's the beginning of the 9 days leading to Ram Janam. It's what we call the spring or the Vasant Navaratri. And it's such a different day that today means is that many things will be done today that should not be done or cannot be done on another day. But it doesn't mean that the things that you do every day, you cannot do it today. So on these days, as in every day of your life, there are certain rituals you have, your prayers, your Ish Devata, you will do that. But today we will do, in addition to what you do, we will do extra. So let us say if you are a Ram Bhakt or you're a Hanuman Bhakt, today is extremely poignant that you pray to Hanumanji, your Ish Devata first, and then because also it's dedicated to Devi, Mataji, Mata Durga, Mata Kali, Mata Saraswati, Mata Lakshmi, you can also, what we call, add that to your rituals or to your way of thinking. It is nice that we are doing what we are going to do this evening on what we call a man level. So what we will find is that lots of the mantras today, the man will have the word man. So which means in worshiping this Devi that we see a picture in front, it's meant to be to strengthen your intellectual powers. You will hear the word of Smaran in the mantras. Smaran means you are praying to the Devi to bless you with memory. So everything in terms of what we are doing now is to make you stronger intellectually. So when you become strong intellectually, you will be the best version of yourself. And this is what we want. We want to be the best version of ourselves. Bear with me one moment, please. Yeah, and this is the whole idea of this beautiful evening of ours. And I would like to special welcome Guruji in our present. I believe Bharat Bhai Korea is with us today, and Koti Koti Pranam. We prostrate to your feet, Guruji. May you always show your face to inspire us. Guru devotees in our dharma. Welcoming a Guruji is of paramount importance. Someone who has lived a life and has walked the road. We are always blessed to see such a soul, because our dharma said, the dust of their feet rubs off on us and gives us what they have. But as we go on today is about getting the blessings of how do we release the blockages that prevents us from having what we call 8 arms. The Devi in front of you is meant to have 8 arms because she blesses us with what she has. It means that each and every one of us must have the ability that is what we call described or that is shown by her hands. You must be strong. Look at the hands holding the trishul. You must be strong to physically and intellectually defend yourself. But then look at her right hands like this. You must always be calm. You must always be blissful. You must always be benevolent. If you now go on the second right hands, it has what we call the mace or the gada. The mace is a symbol of ownership, of royalty, of conquering, of being able to control your world. So what we want is to be blessed with the power of being able to control all of our senses. The next hand has the sword. Sword is meant to cut, but not physical cut alone, but also to cut so you can able what we call remove or chop off those things which are not good for you. Those things that are not good, you must have no hesitation in removing them from your sense, from your sphere of influence. They may be friends, they may be family, they may be workmates, they may be anybody. But if they are not discerning and they do not identify with your goal, like Durga Ma, have the intellectual strength that when you cut off from them, you will not feel impoverished. Then if you look where the mouse is pointing, Mataji has the Sudarshan chakra in her hands. Su and Darshan, which means you must always, your eyes must always be blessed to have the Darshan, which means always have the capability of seeing the beauty of the creation of this Jagadambe Ma. She is the energy of the creator. She is the energy of the creation that when we pray to her internally, then we want to be blessed that our eyes must always have the darshan of her creation, that Lord, Mataji, my eyes today is blessed because I can see you in the food that I eat. I can see you in the people in front of me. I can hear of you from the calls and from the voices I'm receiving. Devotees, if you look now at her left hands, right at the top, you can see a shank. The shank is what we call, has the sound of Nad Brahma. In getting the blessing of the Nad Brahma, we are given the task and the duty to use our voice only for divine purposes. As the shank gives out the sound is at a frequency of 432 megahertz, which is the same sound that emits from the sun, which is the same sound that pervades the whole universe. So what in praying to Mataji, we want to be attuned. Each and every one of us must be attuned to the kindness and the reality of this world around us. It is very easy for our tune to be discordant. Very often in our life, we may feel that we are being victimized. We may feel that we are being hurt. And then what happened because of the Maya of Mataji? We want to take revenge. We want to drop down to an adharmic level. We do not want to be like Devi Mataji. She has conquered what we call the king of the jungle, pacify him. So whenever one or another person, due to their ignorance, or due to their adharmic nature, people are wicked by nature. They do not know any other way than to be wicked. Do not be drawn into their sphere, but use the purity of the Shank to maintain what we call your dharma. You may be in a home where there is discord. One person may want to quarrel, but you do not have to reply. You maintain your Devi nature, your Dharma nature. Do not be dragged down by someone else. You do not have to retaliate. Devotees, the next hands has the arrow and the bow. Jagadambe Ma wants each of us to be strong. That when we place the bow, when we place the arrow on the bow and we take an aim, we must know what target we want to meet. Our target must be dharmic. We must develop the intellectual basis that when our thought goes to our hand that holds the arrow, that strings the bow, then our focus must be that of benevolence, of love and dharma. So we must not shoot a poisonous arrow, but we must always shoot by virtue of our words, thought, and deeds, kindness, love, affection that is good for your heart. Devotees, in the second hands, this wonderful Mataji has this beautiful Kamal ke Phool, or a lotus flower. Lotus is a signifies the presence of Devi Lakshmi in our life. That with the blessings of Jagadambe Ma, all forms of purity, all forms of wealth, all forms of happiness shall be bestowed upon you by the blessings from an intellectual point of view of Jagadambe, Mata, Durga. So these represents the 8 hands. Each and every one of us are blessed with these 8 hands. We would use them at different times in our life, and sometimes with the blessings of Jagadambe Ma, we need to hold his hands to be forgiving, not to be malicious. And if we forgive and be malicious, then the second hands that holds the lotus, that where Lakshmi Devi resides, will bless you, will bless your family, will bless your community with all forms of wealth and happiness. So on this auspicious day at the beginning of Vasant Navratri, we have within us the 8 powers and the 8 hands and the 8 Shaktis and the 8 Siddhis that each and every one of us would go and cultivate as these 9 nights come true. As we see the Devi Jagadambe Ma, each one of us have the power to conquer our enemies. Many of you have reached a stage where you do not have any more enemies. You do not even need to sit on the lion, but you are flat, because instead of sitting on the lion, you are actually flying in the air as a divine soul. So devotees, may this wonderful Devi Ma that resides inside of you, remember this is a physical representation of Devi that resides inside of you. I made the caption that we will talk on Navratri and Ram and Navami because they are very closely related. There is no Shakti without Shiva. There is no Ram without Sita. There is no Krishna without Radha. So there is no Shiva without Shakti. In the same way how we will glorify that divine energy of the mother, we will glorify the divine energy of Bhagwan Sri Ram. this is something that I will share with you on the WhatsApp. On this first night of Navratri, we offer prayers to Devi Ma in her form of Shaila Putri. For those of you who will be coming across this word for the first time, it's made up of 2 syllables, Shaila, or it is normally pronounced Sheila Putri. So the H is silent. So when in our Dharma, our grandparents always used to give their grandchildren Sheila, Sheila Putri, Sheilawati, so what it meant is that this Sheila really means, the word is basically the correct translation, the mountain. And today we offer obeisances to Durga Ma in the form of the daughter of the mountain. So knowing that Durga Ma is Shaila Putri, how does that benefit you? Devotees, because you are a child of Durga Mata. No question about that. So which means your lineage is that your father is the mountain. That is your gene, which means is that you must be strong. Your ambitions in life should be strong. You must be immovable when it's necessary to stand up for your dharma. You must not be moved by the glaciers. But what you must do, you must provide home to the trees. You must provide valleys for the water to flow. You may provide every single environment for every living species. So on this night, we are offering prayers, or we are saying, "Oh Mother, I am your child. Let me be inspired so that my ambitions can be mountainous, so that I can provide the right environment for every single entity and every single being that come within my compass to have a happy place to stay. Make your homes happy, make your communities happy. In that way, only then you're deserving of worshiping Jagadambe Ma. When you will have become mountainous, you have become lofty in your ideals. As in normal language, we must not be low in our thoughts, our action, and our deeds, but we must be lofty. Our lineage is the Vedas. Our lineage is the Bhagavad Gita. Our lineage is the Mahabharata. Our lineage is the Tulsi Krit Ramayana. Our lineage is Guru Vashisht. Our lineage is Maha Brahm Rishi Vishwamitra. They are our fathers and our Guruji. We have inherited, but sometimes in life we forget who our parents are and we go astray. And like Hanumanji, we need to be reminded sometimes of our power. So devotees, on this first night, may your thoughts be mountainous. May you write down tonight what lofty goals and what are your ideas of changing this world in which we live. Devotees, we now offer, before we go down to Ganesh mantra, let us first bow our hands, bow our heads, but not to the feet of anyone, but to the divinity that resides in our heart. And we offer wonderful adoration to Jagadambe Mata, this divine mother, who is the one who makes us auspicious. We are praying to Devi Ma not because she is auspicious. That would be so wrong to think, to even say that you're auspicious. Because she is the auspicious of auspicious. She is purity, she's pure sattvic. But we are praying to Jagadambe Ma, So we can be blessed with all forms of auspiciousness. One moment. Yeah. We can be blessed with auspicious attributes. We can be blessed with kindness, with love and affection. And we are saying, we say, oh Mataji, we know that you are omnipotent. You have the potency to do everything, as in line number 2. You are the giver of all forms of refuge, with your eyes and your shining face. We offer salutations to you because you're also Narayani. So let us take a deep breath. Let us focus on the peace that resides within us. And let us offer prayers to Jagadambe Mata on this most beautiful and auspicious day. Om. Recite Om with me, devotees. Om. Again. Om. 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 Sarvamangalamangalaye Shive Sarvatra Sadike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namastute. We do it 2 more times. Om Sarvamangalamangalaye Shive Sarvatra Sadike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namastute. Om. We clasp our hands. Let the hands of your mind offer obeisances to that energy of that divine mother that pervades your whole body. Oh Devi Ma, bless all these wonderful devotees. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvatra Sadike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namastute. Narayani Namastute. Devotees, in this beautiful mantra, the Gauri can be replaced with Devi. Let us, this which means, this word here, this word, Gauri, can be replaced with Devi, and its meaning and power are the same. But what it means is that it sort of draws together Durga Devi, Kali Devi, Lakshmi Devi, Saraswati Devi, Sita Devi, Radha Devi. So devotees, but if you ever have the question whether they are different, the Stuti says, Tu hi Durga, Tu hi Kali, Tu hi Mata Parvati, Sakala Jagatake Palana Karani, Jai Jai Mata Saraswati. So which means we only have one Mataji, many names, many qualities, many forms. So let us recite this mantra, and we will use the word either Gauri or Devi, whichever one you are comfortable with. But we are praying tonight many times. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvatra Sadike Sharanye Trayambake Devi Narayani Namastute. Om Sarvamangalamangale Shive Sarvatra Sadike Sharanye Trambake Devi Gauri Narayani Namastute Narayani Namastute. And devotees, it is the last word that is really, really powerful in this mantra. Nama or Namo Astu Te. O Mother, as you are, so am I, as I am the blessed progeny of you. And this sarva, the first word, sarva, means all, in total, everywhere, every place. Mangala mangalye, the auspicious of the most auspicious. You are Shive, and you're sarva, artha, sadike. You are the one that has artha, complete all forms of attributes and wealth. What this mantra is teaching us, that each and every one of us, of you, anyone who you know, is blessed by Mataji with the power to get sarv artha, all forms of the totality of attributes of blessings. May Jagadambe Mataji bless you. Before we go further, we will offer prayers to Ganesh Bhagwan in this beautiful, as we welcome him, because Mataji Ganesh is Gauri Putra Ganesh. So in all of these is the divine connection that resides inside of you, is also Ganapati Bhagwan. What he does, he works very constantly with your intellect and your intuitive power. And by that, he tells you, do not drive in the wrong lane. Do not leave the cooker unattended. Do not get angry. The moment he's going to get angry, you're going to be nudged by Ganesh Bhagwan. Please calm down. Do not reply to that email now. You do not have to reply to the WhatsApp message now. Leave it until tomorrow. Now, if you listen to Ganesh Bhagwan, then he will be the remover of the obstacles. So let us say if there was an obstacle, or there's an obstacle in front of you, that you decided you're not going to bulldoze it, but you're going to give that obstacle to Ganesh Bhagwan to remove. You can be assured 100% by the time you wake up tomorrow that the problem, which was a bigger problem, which is a big problem now, because you have given it to the all-powerful Ganesh Bhagwan, you will be amazed how solutions can come. So let us now chant this beautiful stuti to Ganesh Bhagwan, and you will see the meanings, which we will not go through today. But what it means is that, he's the one who always, what we call, bestows freedom, or bestows emancipation from your problems. That you have to go to Ganesh Bhagwan, but remember, you do not need to give him the modak. He is the one who has the modak in his hand to give you. But what you have to give him is your faith in him, that once you put your request to him, that immediately your consciousness would be aligned to the solution. So let us now pray to Ganesh Bhagwan. For those of you who are by your murti and by your altar, you can offer him today your water, your beautiful flowers, your beautiful milk and your honey. You can offer, if you can see that Ganesh as being alive in front of you. So let us do our mantra now. Om would join with me, I will make the text bigger in case you're looking on the smallest screen. One moment. Mudakarat modakam sada vimukti sadhakam. Again, mudakara, mudakara, mudakara. Mudakarat modakam sada vimukti sadhakam. Your turn. Mudakarat modakam sada vimukti sadhakam. Kaladharavatam sakam vilasite viprakshanam. Kaladharavatam sakam vilasilo-karakshakam. Again, from the first line. Mudakarat modakam sada vimukti sadhakam. Kaladharavatam sakam vilasilo-kirakshakam. Anayakaikanayakam. Beautiful words. Anayakaikanayakam vinasite badayakam. Again. Anayakaikanayakam vinasite vadayatyakam. Nata subhasunashakam namamitam vinayakam. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Pahimam. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Rakshamam. We clasp our hands and we pray to Ganesh Bhagwan. Mudakara kara means our hands. The one who in whose hands has the modak, and it's a modakam. Oh Lord, the one who is sadhakam. Oh Lord, we pray to you to bestow upon us, while we have this youth and life in to change our way of thinking, that we see you in all and thereby achieve salvation or moksha. Kaladharavatasakam vilasi loka rakshakam. We pray to Ganesh Bhagwan, the one who wears a part of the moon on his head and who protects the whole world, which is varied, who is the leader of those who cannot be led. This is a very important concept. Who is the cause of the destruction of the asuras and who destroys all things which are not good. Devotees, many of us feel lonely at times. You know, sometimes when your parents and your children have left your home, you feel lonely without them. Sometimes you're living alone because you have lost your life companion. You feel lonely. But this mantra, Ganesh Bhagwan, is giving us this assurance that Anaya Kaikanayakam Vinasite Vadaityakam. Then who is the leader of those who cannot be led? Leader in this context, for those who is Anaya, for those who has no strength spiritually, or has is feeling weak, in this age in which we live in. We get what we call depression, or sometimes we get mental problems. For those you, I like to tell you, take all your problem, takes a deep breath and hold on to Ganesh Bhagwan internally and say, Bhagwan, oh God, man cannot help me. Only you, because you're the source of everything. You're the source of words, you're the source of deeds, you're the source of thoughts. Lord, I put my life in your hands today. You do what you want. Right away, you're no longer Anaya, but you become a leader of your own self. When you can lead yourself, you're leading your world. And this is where Ganesh Bhagwan blessings, that you must never feel alone when you have Ganesh in your heart. If you have Ganesh as a Murti in front of you, and you do not feel him in front of you, then you do not have any faith. But when you have Ganesh in front of you, and as you're offering Ganesh Bhagwan that flower and that fruit, and your eyes is pouring water, because that love and devotion that comes from you is in your hands, that is feeding that Bhagwan that pervades this whole universe. And you're crying and your tears is coming out because of your privilege to be blessed and to have this life and consciousness that you are one, Tattvamasi, of that divine Ganesh Bhagwan. Let us do a simple mantra that we all know. I don't have it on screen, but it's Vakratunda Mahakaya. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaye Shu Sarvada. Let's just recite Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. As you close your eyes, feel the calm within you. Feel the calm outside of you, because you're enveloped by Ganesh Bhagwan. He's all around you. His calmness is all around you. His energy is all around you. His purity is all around you. You are now bathed in that pure thought, pure action, that medicinal herb that can't be bought in any shop is touching you and blessing you all over your being. Om. You may open your eyes now. We have done the first verse of this Ganesh, what we call Ganesh Pancharatnam Stotram, which means it's 5 verses. We have only done 1 verse tonight, but we need to progress very beautifully with adoration before we go to Mataji, to adore Bhavani Shankar, that Lord of Mata Bhavani. So let us chant Bhagwan Shiva's name. So we have a right procedure, devotees. Before we go to Mataji, we have to get the blessings of Ganesh Bhagwan. Before we enter in the realm of Jagadambi Mata, we must bow to the feet of Bhagwan Shankar. We must get that benevolent energy. Our mind then would not have the power and the strength to take on the Shakti of Devi, because Devi Ma is very powerful. And what Ganesh Ji does, he removes all obstacle that could prevent that Shakti from coming to us. We go one step further in getting the blessings of Bhagwan Shankar. So let us do a few lines of Om Namah Shivaya and feel again the blessings of Namah Shivaya, because these are words and these are rhythms that are very calming. What it does, it reduces the frequency of your body. So you're no longer in the state of high blood pressure, but you're in the state of what we call calmness. Towards the end, I will ask Guruji Bharat Korea to bless us with a stuti or a bhajan. Let us do Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Mangalam Bhagwan Shambhu, Mangalam Vishwabhataja, Mangalam Parvati Nath, Mangalam Bhakta Vastala. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om. Devotees, let us chant this beautiful first verse of the Panch Akshar Stotra, which means it is 5 verses, but we will do the first verse of this beautiful stotra. It glorifies the Na in Om Namah Shivaya. We can go through all of it, but that is for Shivratri occasion. But as we want to get the blessings of Shakti, this is the key. We want to get the blessings of Shakti. So therefore Shiva needs to be there. You know, it's like Shiva is like what we call the switch of the electricity main. So we have power in the main, in the copper cables. But unless the switch is on, the light will not brighten the room. So it's only when there is both Shiva and Shakti in your life, not Shiva alone without Shakti. Only when there is Shiva and Shakti, this combination of power and the object of the power to act on, then there will be a complete circuit of what we call divinity within you. You need the blessings of this energy to release all the blockages. You know, all of those things that create Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Ahankara, that make us very egotistic, make us very what we call not human-like, very unkind to our fellow brothers and sisters. We don't want that. What we want is Sarva Mangala Mangalye. We want this auspiciousness to be in us. And there is no one more auspicious than Shiva. Even if you do not know the name, or what Shiva means or what Shiva means, just by saying Shiva, you can feel, you become calm right away. Shiva is benevolent. Shiva is calmness. Shiva is that which brings peace and tranquility. Shiva is the one that is Trilochanaya or Trilochanaya. He is the one that sees the past, the present, and the future. So which means when we have Shiva in front of us, our third eye is strengthened. Suddenly, you become knowledgeable. You're able to predict the path of your life. You're able to remember the past of your life and why you must always remember the past of your life, so that if someone has hurt you and is not good for you, we must always remember how bad they are. so you do not associate with them in the future, to bring them within the limits of your good energy. So this is why we need Shiva's blessing. Bhashmang Garagaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Sudaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. All of these words are so beautiful. So let us chant these nice. We are going to do this first line 3 times. Om Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhashmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Sudaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. Again. Om Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhashmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Sudhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Nagendra Haraya. Close your eyes and welcome Bhagwan Shiva in your wonderful home. Om Avahanam Shivaya. Oh Bhagwan, please go and reside in the hearts of your devotees and also in their physical home. Resides as their protective energy. Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhashmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Sudaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Devotees, I know many of you are not on camera, not on screen, but I would advise you just kindly that whenever we are doing mantra, especially to Bhagwan Shiva, if you can, if you're not well, then stay as you are, but always, the what we call, if you can sit erect with your back, let the energy flow. You'll be amazed at the result of how different it can be. This is what the Shiva Shastras advise. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Devotees, we now offer adorations to Bhagwan Sri Ram. Is the first nights of leading up to Ram Navami, and there is no other way or greater way to do it than to chant this beautiful, beautiful stuti, Sri Ramachandra Kripadu Bhajan. I know there are many bhajanis in our screen tonight. There are many also. I would like to mention that our daughter of the community, Srimati Leslie Misri Ji, is a wonderful exponent of the dance of this stuti, and we hope that one day she can present it for us when we are doing one of our celebrations. So let us now go straight and adore Sri Ram. As we welcome Sri Ram, we offer our adorations to Ram Bhakt Hanumanji. As we glorify him and we welcome him, we offer our adorations to Hanumanji first. We clasp our hands, take the image of Pawan Dev in your heart. Manu Javam Marutatulya Vegam Jitindriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayukyam Mukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Atalita Baladhamam Hema Shailavadeham Dhanujavam Krishnam Jnaninam Graganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaramadhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. Boliye Shri Pavan Putra Hanuman ki jai, Ramadut ki jai, Anjani Putra ki jai, Shankara Sovana Keshari Nandana ki jai. Devotees, we offered our adorations to Hanumanji at the beginning of chanting Rama Stuti. There are many reasons, but one of the main reasons why we need Hanumanji's blessings, so he bless us with what we call Sur, with this ability to chant this name in right tune, in right beats, in right tone, in right melody. So Rama becomes pleased, and then he, Hanumanji, will wake up the Antaryami inside of us where Sri Ram resides. Sri Ram is the Antaryami. He's the one that resides inside of us as the totality of our divinity. So if anyone asks you, as a Hindu person, where is your God? You can answer him. I'm not going to tell you how to answer him, but the correct answer, where is the God? My God that you want to see is inside of me. He is the one that is talking to you right now when you're asking me, where is your God? You're a Hindu, where is your God? Are you telling me where? I want you to tell me, where is your God? And where is your God if he's not in the same place as my God? So Bhagwan Sri Ram is Antaryami. In the days of Sri Ram, there was no defined religion. And nobody must ever say that Sri Ram is a Hindu God. When Sri Ram treaded this earth as a man, when Sri Ram treaded this earth as a man, the concept of anything but Satya Sanatan Dharma never existed. There was only God Dharma. There was only Satya Dharma. It was the Dharma of the East, the West, the North, and the South. It was what you call the Dharma of the Sat Samundar, of the seven seas, of the seven oceans. Wherever there was water and land, there was this Dharma of Satya Sanatan Dharma. And all of the Dharma, the deity or the energy was that of the sun. As we know, Bhagwan Sri Ram is Surya Vansha. He was born under the asterism of Surya Bhagwan. That is his lineage. So therefore, that is your lineage too. You are a direct descendant of Sri Ram. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. You are a direct descendant of divinity. No, but that is scientific. That is not something that says come from our inverted commas Hindu books. That is scientific fact that you are a descendant of this earth. You are a descendant of this world. You are a child of this creation. That is beyond doubt. Who is the creator? Is for you then to define who is so great that can create you and the world that you live in. We call him Rama. You call him Shiva. My brother called him Krishna. My sister called Mata Durga. But all are one ek. So let us now start by glorifying Sri Ram's name and seek his blessings. As you go, as we chant his name, the meanings are in red. So just glance through. So let us now welcome Sri Ram. Om Varnanam Artha Sanganam Rasanam Chandra Samapi Mangalanam Tartaru Vani Vinayaku Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Arana Bhava Bhayadharunam. Your turn. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Arana Bhava Bhayadharunam. Again. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Arana Bhava Bhayadarunam. Navakanjalo Chanakanja Mukukara Kanja Pada Kanjarunam. Your turn. Navakanjalo Chanakanja Mukukara Kanja Pada Kanjarunam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalo Bhajumana Kandarpaya Ganita Amita Chavi Navanilani Raja Sundaram Kandarpaya Ganita Amita Chavi Navanilani Raja Sundaram Patapitama Nahutarita Ruchi Suchi Naomi Jana Kasutavaram Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Arana Bhava Bhayadarunam Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Arana Bhava Bhayadarunam Bhajudina Bandhu Dinesha Danau Daityavan Shanikanjanam Bhajudina Bandhu Dinesha Danau Daityavan Shanikanjanam Raghunanda Nanda Kanda Koshala Kanja Dasarata Nandanam Raghunanda Nanda Kanda Koshala Chanda Dasarata Nandanam Shri Ramachandra Kripalo Bhajumana Shiramukta Kundala Tilakacharu Udhara Angavibhushanam Shiramukta Kundala Tilakacharu Udhara Angavibhushanam Ajana Bhuja Sharachapadhara Sangrama Jita Karadushanam Ajana Bhuja Sharachapadhara Sangrama Jita Karadushanam Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Arana Bhava Bhayadarunam Shri Ramachandra Kripalo Bhajumana Iti Vadati Tulasi दास शंकर शीश मुनि मन रंजनम मम हृदय जनिवास कुरु कामादि कर दलगंजनम मम हृदय जनिवास कुरु कामादि कल दलगंजनम Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Please join with me to repeat the name of Shri Ram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Devotees, as we chanted the glorious name of Shri Ram, it brings me back to the first line of this beautiful chant. Shri Rama Chandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana Bhava Bhaya Dharanam. Devotees, the most important word for all of us tonight here is this word man. Is this word man? Is how we approach Sri Ram, how we revere Sri Ram, how we glorify Sri Ram. We glorify him first by having a mental concept of who Sri Ram is. Sri Ram is our power. Sri Ram is our sight. Sri Ram is our ears. Sri Ram is our nostrils. Sri Ram is verily our life. So these concepts can only be worshipped at a mental level by means of our buddhi. Buddhi. This buddhi or this chitta or this consciousness is how we have to approach the creation of Sri Ram. That if we want to celebrate and pray to Sri Ram, let us first get to the concept that this Lord is our life, our thought, our deed, and let everything be Rama-like. So Sri Ramachandra, O Kripalu, O Dayalu. Kripalu means that Lord is Kripalu, who is the one who is kind. He is the remover of all forms of suffering. He is the remover of all forms of what we call scarcity. He is the remover of all forms of impediments. A bhajan that I always sing, and many people like to sing, has these beautiful words. Jai Raghunandana Jai Siya Ram. Jai Raghunandana Jai Siya Ram. He Dukha Bhanjan Tumhi Pranam. Jai Raghunandana Jai Siya Ram. Devotees, Bhagwan Sri Ram is Dukha Bhanjana. He is the one who is guaranteed to remove all of your sufferings and bring happiness into your life. And before we close tonight, we will start this adoration of Durga Ma with this one verse from this line as a way to introduce. I would like to say that we can have many nights of this Navratri chanting and celebration, but because of the way how some schedules are working, we will start glorification of Durga Ma on Wednesday night or Thursday night. I will send out the invitation later, and then we will do either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it will be a wonderful yajna of Durga Rama, of which means glorification of Durga Mata and bring out who this Rama is and who this Durga Mata is and how we can become Durga-like and how we can become Rama-like. You do not need to do anything other than to change your way of thinking. And how we're going to do that would be based on the teachings of both Durga Ma and Sri Rama. So let us now go straight into this beautiful mantra, glorifying this wonderful Jagadambe Ma. Om. Normal mantra. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvatra Sadike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namastute. Mantra. Om Jnani Namapi Chetamasi Devi Bhagavati Sada. Again. Jnani Namapi Chetamasi Devi Bhagavati Sada. We repeat the last three words 2 times. Devi Bhagavati Sada. Devi Bhagavati Sada. Devi Bhagavati Sada. Balada Krushya Mohaya Mahamaya Prayachyati. Mahamaya Prayachyati. Mahamaya Prayachyati. We are praying on the commencement of Devi worship to this blessed Jagadambe Mata. Here she is termed Devi Bhagavati. So, oh Devi Bhagavati, we are praying to you at this moment, oh blessed Mataji. You are the one who has power, who has control over the soul of even the most evolved being. Devotees, the word Cheta or Chetamsi, Chitta or Chittamsi, I'm just going to highlight it. That means is that if you are a Chetamsi, you're a highly evolved soul. But even how powerful you are, like Kalidas, or even like the brother of Ravan, Kumkaran, even how powerful they are. This Devi has the power over your soul, both for good and good. We would not say for good and bad, both for good and good, in that she has the power to strengthen your intellect and to make you change your way of thinking to become a fully evolved soul, Chetamasi. And then Balada, she is attracted, or you can become attracted to the source of this consciousness. So what we want again, we know this mother resides in us as Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, Matri Rupena Samsita, Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. Let us go to the second verse of what we call Sapta Shloki, 7 shloks of, we'll only do the second one. It has 4 lines, so let us go straight into verse 2. Durge Smrita Harishi Mati Mahesha Janato Swastai Smrita Mati Mateva Shubham Dadasi Daridra Dukha Bhaya Harani Katva Dhanya Sarvopakara Karanya Sadarta Chita. Om Devi Bhagavate Namastubhyam. We pray. Salutations to you, Durge Smrita, which means we remember you. The word Smriti means to remember. So on this evening, we remember that you are the consciousness of the consciousness. But what the Stuti is saying, that whoever remembers you, how? With devotion, you remove the endless fears of sansars from the mind of that person. And devotees, I would come back again. This whole Navratri and Ram Navami, it's about the strengthening of your soul. We use the word mind, but in this mantra, mind is equivalent to your mind, body, and soul. So the whole idea is that what are the science and what are the procedures to become strong, intellectually strong, whatever your age. You could be a child, you could be 90, you could be 15, you could be 50. You have the capability. If you follow the procedure of remembering that divinity, then all forms of happiness will come for you. But certainly, fear of death or fear of samsara from your mind will be removed. And this is what? This is where fear only exists in your mind. So if you want to have a mind of calmness, free from fear, then we have to always remember Jagadambe Mata. Second, Swastai Smrita Mata, Mati Ve Shubham Dadasi. And whoever meditates on you in their heart, devotees, the meditation should be in your heart. You bestow exceeding great auspiciousness, which is beyond description. So the gifts of Jagadambe Ma are priceless. They are without limit. They cannot be bought anyway, because she is the owner of everything. She has more than everything. She is Jagadambe Ma, the mother of this world. And you know, the mother owns everything. Even in the house, the mother controls everything. So on a divine scale, this mother blesses you, this divine, with exceedingly great auspiciousness. Third mantra, Daridrya. You know, it's not a good word, but we must always be conscious that there is poverty in this world. There is unhappiness in this world. But I'm not talking about physical, I'm talking about your individual world. Most of the poverty you have comes from your way of thinking. And we want Bhagwan to bless us with what we call a prosperous mindset. So, oh mother, apart from you, who else can destroy daridra, sorrow, and fear from our lives, which appears to be a never-ending cycle? Your heart next, Sarvopakara, Karanaya, Sad Artha Chitta. Oh mother, your heart is always full of compassion for rendering all sorts of help to your devotees. So devotees, as we close, for this evening, I'm going to ask Brother Bhai Korea to just do us a bhajan. But I'm saying the last mantra should be the one you should take home with you. Your heart, which means have kindness in your heart to everyone. Have compassion in your heart. You cannot be a devotee. You cannot be a religious person unless your heart, you're a person full of compassion and for rendering all sort of help to your devotees. And you seek out the poor and the needy devotees. We are all truly blessed by your company here today. And as I say, Om Namah Shivaya, Boliye Jagadambe Mata ki jai, Siya Baju Ramachandra ki jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki jai, Boliye Pavan Putra Hanuman ki jai. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. That's it.